Yeah, what's good with it? It's your boy, Mr. Wilson, Wilson Block 100 Radio Show. We got your boy, Zarkhi, The Vision, on the block with us today, man. What's good?
What up?
What's good with you, man? Chilling. Glad to have you here with us, man. Thanks for coming through.
What's happening in Pasadena?
Chilling, man. We here at Pasadena Media Studios, down here at 150 South Los Robles. Yeah, man, just so for our listeners out there, you know what I mean, can you just give us a quick background on yourself?
Well, so I'm from Pasadena, California. From my high school years, I went to John Muir High School, went to Elliott Middle School. Now I'm going to the University of Southern California, and I'm studying music industry. The way I got there was through my trials and tribulations, through the hurdles of the foster care system.
Yeah.
And getting through those different steps.
Right.
I got to where I'm at now, but there's so many people I have to thank.
Yeah.
That it's just, it's becoming what it is. So I get back.
So tell me a little bit about your experiences as a foster kid. Now, were you a foster kid since birth or since like a young age?
Since the age of 4, I want to say, because my mom, she had a mental illness, so I couldn't live with her, and so I lived with my grandma. My grandma actually was like a supermodel. Back in the day.
Wow.
So from a young age, she always told me I was a star.
Yeah.
And then I got taken away from her because she also had some issues, with use narcotics and such. So I got put in the system at 4. Then I got back with her, and then I got put in the system at 6. First time was in Florida. Second time was in San Francisco. And then I lived with a family member for a couple years, but that also didn't work out. So by the time I was 12, I was in for the 3rd time, and eventually I ended up somehow going to school in the 626, and then after that it was history.
So, what kind of experiences have you had in the foster care system? Was it bad, good?
Well, I'll start from the best because I like moving forward and being positive to conclude, but. The first experience would be, a negative one, and that was just, seeing a lot of stuff, seeing people get beat up, seeing family members stuff. You see a lot of crazy stuff as a little kid that kind of teaches you that the world is real up front.
Yeah.
And, being stolen from, seeing just all sorts of crazy stuff go down. People get killed, like in certain areas, like. I'm not going to say I've seen anybody die, but I've definitely seen somebody get shot. Yeah. And, those types of things, are crazy. And some people who live with their families see that stuff on a regular basis.
Right.
But, in a way, I'm fortunate enough to have made it through that and to have seen it, to understand it.
Right.
And then the good, I would just say, would be when I was saved by my good friend, Mr. Ignacio Flores, and his family. They definitely saved my ass. And gave me a home to live in throughout high school in Pasadena on Fair Oaks. So
I was actually in the Kings Village.
Yeah, in the Kings Village.
Project.
So in the projects, his mom became a foster parent, and shout out to Ivory, to Michael, Jared, Rosecrown. That's a group.
Yeah, Rosecrown. Yeah, I seen them at the Terrace when you was there with Rev City.
Yeah, actually, that was their first performance too.
Oh wow, they're hot, man.
Yeah, they have some serious bars, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so you've made some serious strides since then. Going to John Muir and then going off into USC. How did that come into fruition? Being able to attend that university.
Well, it starts with believing in yourself and really just staying consistent. But that's easy to say.
Right.
So the one thing I would say before I speak about the specific things that gave me steps into the school and the specific people is just to essentially not only stay positive but understand why you're staying positive. The why is the most important thing you can think about.
Yeah. Because
of the why, you're knowing the reasons why you're doing something. It gives you the motivation. If you see why you want it, then nothing can stop you.
Right.
Starts with the why, then the what, then the how.
Right.
Now, as far as what, there's many organizations that are out there, fortunately, in the state of California that can help you. And then, you know, how? I just took advantage. Really,
So USC,
just took advantage.
that was something that you wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to go there since I was 6 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the dream.
So you're a Trojan fan?
Trojans, all day. Yeah,
I'm a Bruins fan, but
Uh-oh.
we're going to agree to disagree.
Yeah, we live in Pasadena, you know.
Yeah.
There's Bruins play here.
Yeah. So how has your experiences been at USC?
Fabulous, man. Everything's fantastic. I can't complain. I can only stay humble and stay as focused and driven in that area as possible. I'm meeting a good amount of people, and
What are you taking up?
just music industry classes, music business, music law, learning how not to get played out on a
Right.
record contract,
Yeah.
learning,
It's very essential, man. It's very
learning how to plan
important.
tours, shows,
Yeah.
just all of the aspects of the industry that you can
Right.
think about for music.
And so through
the
that,
main ones.
you obtained an internship with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, actually, that was through a shout out to United Friends of the Children. It's actually a former or an organization that helps former foster youth that go to college, and they give you grant money too, and they're a great organization. They helped me secure the internship, and I've just taken advantage of that. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Is USC where you learned a lot of your graphic design?
Actually, no, I learned that stuff at Muir.
Okay.
Yeah, I never took a single graphic design class at USC.
Well, so Mirror, they had computers. And
Yeah.
all that?
The Arts, Entertainment, and Media Academy.
Yeah. How was it being a student at Mirror?
Muir was, it was what it was. It had a lot to take advantage of. That is for sure. There was a lot of distractions. There was a lot of, people doing, not what they were supposed to do. But there was also a good amount of people who were dedicated to what they did.
Right.
And I had friends in all of those areas. From high school dropout to people that are going to Berkeley and
Right.
top schools in the country.
Right.
Shout out to Des, what up? So really it's just like you just have to be as universal as possible.
Yeah.
And I mean that's why I say I'm fortunate enough to have survived through the system, is because I know what people go through, and I know that nothing is going to be easy every time. So, I understand why people are the way they are, and I can only motivate people. I can only stay positive and let them know. Like, I have a friend who used to kick it, didn't have good grades, stuff like that, and, now I see him, I always told him, like, look, bro, like, you can kick it with everybody, you can smoke blunts,
It's cool.
you can do whatever you want in that regard, but make sure you get to class, make sure you stay focused.
Right.
And, at first he wasn't doing it, and he had the bad grades, and I told him, it doesn't matter, man, as long as you show that you improve, some schools will take you.
Right.
And now he's going to a UC,
Wow.
And I mean, like, that's progress. I
Yes.
mean, none of his friends doing it, like, he
Right.
did it. And I saw that in him, and, it's, I'm inspired by his inspiration.
No doubt, man. That's great, man. Because we have to encourage each other. We have to want better for each other, and that only comes with encouraging each other to stay positive,
Yeah.
So yeah, let's touch on a little bit of your music projects, man. I know you released the What You Don't See compilation about a year ago.
Yeah,
if I'm not
kind of
mistaken.
old.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about that project and how you came up with that title. Because I remember you asked people, because you had a few titles out there.
Yeah,
that
you
were gonna
remember
get
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think I voted for What You Don't See. But
you did it.
yeah, I voted for another one. But so tell me why you went with that, and
That's crazy you
the
brought
theme
that
of the
up.
project.
That's crazy you brought that up, man. Good interview question.
Yeah.
So, What You Don't See was, as you say, the title came off of what people, voted for, and out of the choices, What You Don't See seemed to be what people wanted the most. I mean, it was, but people voted for it. But meaning that, like maybe people thought, there's something on the project that I could show them about me that they didn't understand.
Right.
And that's what it slowly became.
The part
to me.
what you don't see. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I had been working on multiple songs and a couple different, side projects and projects with Delta Concepts.
Yeah,
before
Delta
that.
Concepts. What's the word?
Yeah, I'll get to that in a sec. But basically, for What You Don't See, Essentially, it was a compilation of 3 years of different songs that I put together, and then it just kind of came together, made the title. If you look on the cover, you'll see 20 sets of eyes.
Yeah.
But you have to look for them because you can't see them all. So if anybody out there sees it, let them know. And then about DC, I ain't gonna forget that question. Delphi Concepts, man. You know, everything's cool. Actually, I was just hanging out with T-Ran about a week ago.
Yeah.
Came through where I'm at USC.
Yeah.
We linked up and we saw Keith, actually, Keith the Giant.
Yeah. Shout out Keith.
Yeah, shout out to Keith.
Joe Flo.
Joe Flo. Yeah, Joe, I'm actually doing a show with Joe Flo. Man, this Sunday at Avalon. That's May 25th, and I got the tickets. They're $10.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I'm linking with all them. Keith is a little bit more busy as far as what he's up to. He's kind of in his own zone right now, which is completely fine.
Yeah.
T is heavily in making music videos, which is
definitely.
totally fine. And I'm doing I'm like 8 different types of projects. So right now it's just not about now, it's about timing, So we do plan to come together and to finish what we started. As far as the PSO EP, that could be an LP, that could turn into something big, or we'll finish the videos off of the PSO EP, like that, or we'll do a new project. But I mean, I don't see it happening within the next few weeks or months, but it'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen, and
So,
we're still cool with each other. So there's no beef or anything like that. Just to clear it
So,
up.
I mean, you guys kind of doing your own separate things right now. How did that come about? Well, because when you guys were doing shows, you guys had a lot of momentum. You guys had the whiskey. You guys were actually pretty heavy down there on Sunset.
Yeah.
And even doing performances here in Pasadena. What was it that made all of you guys realize that doing solo projects for this time is appropriate for the group? For the group.
Well, it came down to L.A. The city of L.A. is a difficult city to sell show tickets to, and at the moment we had the semi level of where we wanted to be, but I talked to T-Ran and I talked to Key and I talked to Joe, and we had individual conversations and we sometimes had conversations collectively, but I'm kind of the one who kind of called it off, to be honest, and I didn't call it off because I felt like there was any problems going on. Right. Maybe there was small little things that happens with every group, nothing out of the ordinary. Right. But as far as creative ambitions and Keith wanted to do one thing with the music, and he was not feeling certain ideas, and then T-Ran had his own separate direction. He wanted to put out a lot more music quicker, which was not really what we were trying to do at that point yet. Right. And me, I had I was devoting all this time and effort to the group, and I had no time to work on any projects. And if we never split up DC, what you don't see, the 2020 vision we would still be waiting on that project right now. You know what I mean? It would be, there would be a lot different course, and we would have, all that time would have gone into finishing everything else we started. Right. So I mean, it really is just kind of what happened, and you can only move forward, and there's no there's no problem, there's no beef, there's no situation like that. We're just kind of individually. I mean, T-Ran is also, he just got onto this thing where he's touring with 24. I think they're called 24 Everything. Which is with Mr. Capone, and he's doing videos, and that's cool, man. And
didn't you appear on Solidification?
Solidification. Yeah, I think I did. That was it was Turned Up. I think he used the song Turned Up on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was. Yeah, he did. He used that. That one was off of the PSO EP. Okay. And he used the same song, which is cool. I'm gonna be doing the same thing on my next mixtape. Yeah. With Unsatisfied. Which is because everybody likes that song. It's one of the most popular songs I've ever made, so I might as well, let people who haven't heard my music and hear the new stuff hear it,
So when you started making music as a local artist in Pasadena, you were working with Lamatic.
Lamatic, man. Shout out to Lamatic, man.
Yeah, shout out Lamatic. So what was it like working with Lamatic? Because, he's a dance choreographer, producer, just super producer.
Man. So Lematic and I met in Hollywood at this place called the Celebrity Center.
Oh, really? So you didn't even meet in Pasadena?
No,
wow.
We did not even meet in Pasadena. I remember.
Ironic thing, right?
We were tripping on that too. And funny thing is, so I met Lematic after like some sort of little show that I got booked for because I randomly happened to be on the street in Pasadena playing my trumpet with some random dudes playing guitar. Yeah. Long story short, this is around the time when I decided that hip hop was going to be my avenue because I was trying to get a rock band together, but in LA people were very flaky, and also traffic and distance is a factor, and that it makes it hard to put things together with 4 or 5 piece bands. So being a hip hop artist was honestly just a lot easier to do independently. Right. So then I met him over there, and we decided to work on a song, link up, and then I found that he knows somebody who knew you, and you guys kind of knew each other, and then also you knew SP, who was Rose Crown, Jared. In Rose Crown, that's his older brother. Okay. And then it's just past. I mean, honestly, the thing you find out in the music industry is that connections to each other. There's so many small it's a small world. It's a small industry. It's not. You'll run into people who know each other so quickly, and everybody really knows each other. Right. So that's why you have to make that impression the best, and that's why I don't put out too much too quickly. Right.
So you joined us for the March in the Black History Parade this year.
Yeah, man.
I just want to say thank you, first off.
Definitely, bro. Definitely,
you and Lematic were there for that.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a good little reunion.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? How was it?
Man, it was great, man. We got the little chant going. We got the people feeling what we were talking about. Unity now, bringing it together. I remember that, and we just honestly felt good because that was my street that I lived on, and I passed by my house, saw my people outside, didn't even know that they were gonna be there, like some old friends, and just. It felt good to come back and make statements to my city, while I'm out in college, and I'm gonna be gone, and I won't be doing too much within the next 2 years until I'm really out compared to what I'm gonna be doing when I graduate. So school takes up a lot of time, but it's all a process. Right.
So tell us a little bit about your performances. You've been performing since forever. Yeah. Tell us some venues, man. Tell us some artists that you rock the stage with.
Word. Well, hold on. Oh, yeah. Well, really, I've done a couple shows with a couple people. A lot of them were DC. I usually book the shows, and really, it was just taking advantage of opportunity. Like I said before, there's three. You can do a couple things to get to where you're at, and with the why, the what, and the how, and that's the how. Just taking advantage of opportunities. You see the opportunity, you get it, and the reason, and that's the what, and then the reason you do it is because you don't want to miss opportunities. That's the why. Yeah. So really, it just came down to that, and as a result, we did shows. We opened up for everybody from Curtis Blow to Kendrick Lamar,
Warren
G, Daz and Corrupt, Tyga, even the Rangers. Shout out to the Rangers. Shout out to Julian. That's the homie.
So what were some of your favorite places you performed at?
Well, the Whiskey A Go Go has to be the most historic of the venues, just because of where so many artists have just made their way through there. The Doors had residency there, so that's the place they blew up. Back to the '60s, and I've done the most shows opening there, and they treat you well. There's sometimes, when you book shows as an independent artist, you don't always get the respect that you deserve, frankly. So sometimes, you have to you have to demand something. That's why you have to have a manager, somebody out there who's, advocating for you. But, earlier in the game, at certain stages, certain places, you get treated pretty bad. You get kicked to the curb. They tell you that or if you're under 21, you have to go in and go out, stuff like that. It's just Whiskey wasn't like that. The Whiskey was very supportive of new artists, and they believed in me. They gave me the tickets to sell. I helped sell them, and we got it.
Wow. It was a cool turnout?
Every single time, yeah. I mean, ironically, the only one we couldn't sell tickets for really was the Kendrick show. And that was because nobody knew
that, the
Kendrick.
Key Club?
No, the Key Club was the Warren G show.
Okay,
we only did that
right.
one at the Key Club. But the Kendrick show, we couldn't sell tickets for. We had like 30. No, we had a gang of tickets left over because nobody knew who Kendrick was. Everybody was. Yeah, it was funny. Like a couple of friends came out, and then after that, it was like, people just. He wasn't mainstream big enough, Daz and Corrupt were bigger than Kendrick at the time we did the show, and now he's blown up. It's just crazy to see the difference, And I mean, he had just got the torch from Dre the week before he did the show. So
oh wow!
It was like early. It was early.
All right, so just sidetrack a little bit. From your perspective, what are your views on the current state of Pasadena's music scene right now? Do you think it's vibrant? Do you think there's a lot of activity? Do you think it's actually progressing?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the Wilson Block. You guys doing it big as far as bringing people together, and I mean that's really what it is.
Yeah,
I see the progression. I remember early in the game when it was hard. You were still trying to get people to sign up for the profiles and stuff.
Right.
And now I look back and it's a little more advanced, a little more evolved. People are using it more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't always get on it. I mean, I haven't got on it in a while to be honest.
Yeah.
But like, I have a profile and I have music up there, and sometimes you even put stuff up for me, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all about that central circuit
the
hub. Exactly, it's a hub. Yeah. So. As long as people stay positive and listen to each other's stuff and continue to be supportive and positive with each other, then it's gonna keep doing that.
Right.
And I mean, it's not like it's Harlem or something where everybody's a battle rapper.
Right.
Everybody's trying to
exactly.
beef or something.
Right.
Like Cali, we ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right. All right. So you've done through DC and the performances you guys have done, and working at or going to USC. And then having the Warner Brothers internship, I'd like to think that you have some kind of perspective of what the music industry is like.
Yeah.
What is it like right now? Do you think it's like easy for independent artists coming out these days?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, man. If you look at how market revenue is and how much money the industry collectively has made every year.
Yeah.
From 1999 was the year that we had made the most amount of money in the music industry in 1 year.
Oh, wow.
1999 was the peak year. It was the biggest year in CD sales and music sales in general.
Right. 99, huh?
Ever since then, it went down up until 2011. In 2012, it went up by a fourth of a percent. But it went up because digital downloads and streams.
Right.
And this year, and the year after that, in 2014, because it went to 2013, and we go measure off of the year before.
Right.
Last year, we did about the same. So it's leveling out. Digitals are kind of fluctuating. Yeah. CD sales are going down tremendously.
Wow.
And streaming is actually
where
becoming
it's going.
Yeah. So really what needs to happen, I think it's a great time for indie artists in general to be in the music industry because the barriers to entry are getting weaker and weaker. Yeah. Pandora, a CEO, one of the most powerful people in the music industry right now, supports indie artists because obviously he doesn't have to pay us as much. Right. But nonetheless, it's still support. So really, now is the time to take advantage and really just start working, get your music out there because people will listen and people are slowly becoming more eclectic and receptive to new music and new stuff that they haven't heard because, frankly, everybody's kind of tired of the mainstream radio.
Yeah.
So, it's going to switch around. Once we get Wi-Fi ability in people's cars and we can have, the radios in people's cars just play Pandora and Spotify, that's going to be the game changer. Yeah. And, exactly. FM radio will be never what you knew it as from before, just be one of the channels.
All right, so that's very insightful. What is it that inspires you? What is it that inspires your creativity and motivates you to keep pressing on?
it's really just one thing, and it's just my chances, you know. I don't want to become a statistic. I want to change the statistics, and you know, it's not always been easy, man. There's been a lot of times where, you know, you just want to go kill yourself, man, or something crazy where it's just like too much.
Right.
You know, but like, nah, man, like, you just got to remember that if you do that, you just becoming what society is defining you as. And it just pisses me off when people try to label me. You know, when people doubt me or make judgments about me or assumptions about me before they even have a chance to talk to me.
Right.
You know, music is really the best way I can communicate that, and you know, let people know like this is really who I am, and whatever you have preconceived notions about is probably wrong. You know, it's probably based off of a rumor or something, or just an assumption that you made before you really had a chance to talk to me. So.
Right.
It's really just about communicating and letting people know that, you know, like, as far as I'm concerned, you know, there's a lot more to me than just, you know, one or two people's opinions.
Right.
And then it's also just for the kids, foster kids, and really just letting people know about my story and trying to inspire people with it.
Yeah. Okay, so you classify yourself as an entertainer. Not just a musician, not just a graphic designer or whatever.
Yeah.
So, who were some of your influences, both musical and just, you know, iconic?
I would have to say Outkast. Definitely a lot of Outkast. Dr. Dre for sure, as far as his approach to the game, and Outkast has a similar approach. Daft Punk, Sade, those are all artists that take time to make their music.
Right.
Dr. Dre only has 2 albums, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
exactly.
Like, and everybody knows all of his songs. So, you know, it's another big influence. Prince is probably my biggest influence as far as my pop and, you know, singing side is concerned.
Right.
Just because of the flavor that he has and all of the genres that he was influenced by. I was influenced by all the same genres. Looking at all the, like, if you look at his Wikipedia, you see what he was influenced by, and you'll see everything I listened to. Like, 13 different genres, just all different styles. Right. You know, I try to be flexible, and that's, you know, what the new age artist has to do. You have to stay out of the box. So Prince was never, he was never afraid to be himself. Right. He could do the low notes, he could do the high notes. You know, shit, he could probably even rap if he wanted to. You know, like, but he's not about that.
So. Right. No doubt.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. How important is it to give back to the community?
Well, I mean, it's obviously very important, but
to you?
To me, I mean, you know, it's highly important. You know, at the moment, I don't really have enough to give back money-wise to the community, and I will when I do, I will. So that's that aspect, but also, you know, just making sure that you're there, and you're staying in touch with people that you grew up with and people that you know who might not be doing as well as you. You know, so I have friends that, you know, are struggling right now, and I'm always, you know, when I can and when I'm not, you know, trying to get mine and trying to worry about staying alive in my situation, I'm always, you know, getting in touch with people, checking on people, asking them how they are, seeing what they have in store. And I think that's the best thing you can do if you're trying to make it yourself. I mean, not the absolute best. You know, I'm not going to say I'm, you know, doing everything I can, because, you know, I'm not. And you have to be a little selfish as well to be able to get to a good, successful state sometimes. Right. If you don't have any selfishness, then how are you supposed to stay? How are you supposed to keep yourself in check? Right. So it's not bad selfishness.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And
it's knowing that you got to do for you so you can do for others.
Exactly. Right. And I mean, you know, that's what I've done so far. People see where I've made it to. People see that I'm obviously going some places, and you know, they talk to me, they ask me questions too, and I'm always out there to help people. I'm always down to give people advice and make sure people know the steps to get out of their bad situations if they're in them.
Right. And so, what positive words would you have for other aspiring artists? Or entertainment.
Know why. Know why. Know why. That's it. Just 2 words. Know why. I mean, other than that, I mean, I could go off.
Pretty
Pete
much
Carroll's,
know why you're doing.
Yeah.
Know why you're pursuing what you're pursuing.
No, yeah. Know why. Know why it's there. You know.
Yeah.
Know why. Know why you want it.
Yeah.
Know why you want it.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. That's what it is. Know why you want it. And I mean, like, these aren't my words, but I'm gonna say something that I know Pete Carroll said.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Carroll has three rules for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm not a Seattle Seahawks fan. I like Pete Carroll. He went to He played coached USC.
And he deserved it. He deserved to win that.
Yeah.
Shit, you know, because he went to the Seattle. He didn't win it the first year or two, but he worked with him and he got him there.
He got there, and he gave it back to Jim Harbaugh, who is one of the only college coaches who has a winning record against Pete Carroll in college. Yeah,
right.
with Stanford upsets and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, not really a Stanford fan, but
right.
whatever. Anyways, Pete Carroll's 3 rules for his team. No whining, no complaining, no excuses, right? Mm-hmm. Keep the team up above all costs, protect the team at all costs, and be early. Those are the 3 rules. Yeah. And that's how they won the Super Bowl. Wow. Those are the 3 rules for his team.
And they stick to that.
Yeah. But so when I'm saying know why you're doing it, apply that to those 3 rules.
Yeah. No doubt.
Know why you want it.
There it is there.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man, would you be able to give us a quick little freestyle? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You think I could shout out about these real quick?
Yeah, please, yeah. Yeah, you got a performance coming up.
Yeah, man. I got a few shows lined up. Everybody make sure they hit me up about the show at Avalon, Memorial Day weekend. It's 19 plus. I got pre-sale tickets for 10, but it says 15 on it, and it'll be more probably at the door, so I got 10 of those. And then I'm going to actually be in the city of Pasadena the following Friday, May 30th, at the Terrace, opening for Casual from Hieroglyphics, the Fear Itself tour. Kiss Them Tomorrow is going to be there. It's a dope group if you don't know them, but they're dope. They're also on the Higher Imperium indie label. Yeah. And, I got 25 tickets also for 10. So that's at the Terrace.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So
you want me to kick something?
Yeah, I mean, give me a reason to buy this ticket right now.
All right. Let me see. You want put a little beat on or something?
No, acapella, man.
Acapella?
Yeah, just
all right.
Give us something.
All right. Hold up. All right. Thinking of something. All right. I'm not gonna. All right. We chilling in the interview. She wanna know what I'm about, but she can't see my interview. From what I'm saying, it's perspective. See the winter boots. While you walking through the cold, now you feeling like it's gonna get in you. What? The cold world got me chilling, but I'm still grilling. I'm still trying to make the meals with the homies while we living, but don't listen. Listen unless you see what's a given. It's Zarkhi the vision. I'm chilling with my homies and my grillings, my goons and my you know what I'm saying, like a little something, little acapella. Yeah. I mean,
no doubt.
Man,
if people want the real one, they can cop the album.
Yeah, man, the album, man. Just look out for the name change. Shout out, man. Make sure everybody likes the Facebook page. Once it hits 3,000, I'm gonna change the name. Yeah. So that's that.
All right. So where can people, find your music at? Connect with you and stuff like that.
Everything at Zarkhi. You can find me on Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google Plus, MySpace, Tumblr, Snapchat. All at Zarkhi. Facebook first.
Zarkhi. Yeah. So yeah, man, before we close out, man, you got any shout outs for us?
Yeah, man, shouts out to a whole gang of people, honestly, from Pasadena. Man, I got too many people to shout out. How am I supposed to even do this?
Just run them off.
Damn, we'll just run it off, man. I had to write down my little list. Well, shout out to Jan Crawford. He was one of the first people to help record us in Pasadena. Shout out to Ishmael Trone. Yeah. Shout out to homie Brent Trueheart. Shout out to my teachers from Muir. Shout out to Lamatic. Shout out to MA2, GIC, T-Ran.
Mr. Buck from Elliott, I saw that.
Oh, you saw Mr. Buck on there. That was early. That was like when I was 12. I mean, and shout out to Mr. R.I.P. Mr. Buck, bro. Yeah. And shout out to all the foster care organizations. Shout out to Nacho. Everybody, man. Everybody who helped make me the person I am today and help me get to where I'm at, I thank you. And if I didn't shout you out, you didn't hear me say your name, just know that I'm referring to you if you did something.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, well, thank you, Zarkhi, for coming through for this exclusive
Yep.
interview with the Block. It's
the
been
Block.
awesome. All right, man. You got any last few words?
Man, just come to the show, y'all. Man, I'll see you there. I got some new tracks. Let's go.
For sure. We out Wilson Block 100 Radio.
Radio.
You know this, man.
And you know this.